Razaban if IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to have on Zoom all the way from New York, my man Otto Wallin. Otto, it's been a while. It's been a few months. We haven't caught up. How's life?
Everything's good, thanks. I'm here in New York, enjoying the summer. It's very hot, but it's good. It's nice.
You said you just came back from the gym. I know you like to stay in the gym, but are we close to announcing someone and announcing a date very soon?
Unfortunately not. I don't have any news. I wish I did, but I'm training. I'm ready. I know my team is working on it. So hopefully I will have something soon.
I know there's rumors at the moment, just rumors about Deontay Wilder and Helenius to take place in October. Did you ever come in the mix of that fight, or had any conversation about being Deontay Wilder's potential next opponent?
Not that I know of. I would have to talk to Dimitri, my promoter, if he's talked to them any, but I'm not with the PBC. I think that Wilder, the PBC guys, they seem to fight PBC guys. So I know that Helenius, he has beat Komnatsky a couple of times, so they probably have options on him or something. So yeah, I don't know, but I would love to fight Wilder. I wish I was in that mix.
No,
I hope I am.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Otto, obviously, it's a big week for the heavyweight division. It's Joshua, Usyk, Joshua, however you want to call it. What do you think?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting. You know, first fight, Usyk did a really good job, but it wasn't like it was just a shutout either. I think that Joshua, he had his moments. Usyk was the better guy for sure, and he did really good in that fight. But I think watching that fight, you can just tell that Joshua, I felt like he didn't have his confidence or his head with him. So this time you just want to see him really like go for it and don't be scared of losing so much. I know he probably has a lot of pressure, from, being the champ and everything, but he has to just forget about losing. Just go forget about that and just go to win, right? And not fight to win instead of fight not to lose. That's a big difference. So I think that's what he needs. And hopefully he's gained some confidence in that with Robert Garcia. And we'll see what happens.
A lot of people have asked Usyk about Joshua's going to be a lot better. He obviously got those tactics wrong where he tried to box the boxer. But Usyk's response is, well, of course, I am also going to be better. I am also filling into the heavyweight division. My body's filling out a lot more. I'm getting used to being hit by bigger guys. So are we going to expect Joshua to be better, but also at the same time, Usyk to be better as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think Usyk is a guy that fights better and better with the better opponents. So I think Joshua's going to be better. Usyk has now been in with Joshua, so he knows how it is. And I think that's probably going to make him better also. He probably, he might not say it, but I'm sure there was some concerns, moving up to heavyweight. He struggled a little bit with Chisora and Witherspoon. So I'm sure there was some concerns and not being totally sure what was going to happen when he fought Joshua. So he's probably getting a lot of confidence too. And it's going to be really interesting. It's hard to go against Usyk, yes, by the fact what he did in the first fight.
A lot of people say Joshua should just go after him, pose his size, strength, and power straight in Usyk's face. But we have to remember that Joshua has been dropped on multiple occasions by, Ruiz, by Vladimir Klitschko, by Usyk. In the back of his mind, would he be more vulnerable to just flying in there with his right hand because he knows that Usyk could take him out as well? Sorry, he hasn't been dropped by Usyk.
Well, he can't just do that. He can't just run straight in there and just try to take him out because Usyk is a brilliant boxer and, he's a smart fighter and he probably can punch a little bit too. So Joshua has to be, he has to be smart. He's got to go in there, use his jab, throw a proper jab this time. Last time he was just pawing it. So, a proper jab and hit the body because when he was hitting Usyk to the body, he managed to slow him down a little bit. So I would think that Robert Garcia has worked a lot of that with him, the jab and the body work. I think that's going to be key, really, to slow down Usyk and take away his legs a little bit and slow him down. And then, he can start letting shots go. But he should really focus on the body, because Usyk, he's great upper body movement. He's a great mover. So try to take that away and work from there. But he can't just go in and just swing at defenses, because that's probably gonna be really good for Usyk, and Joshua might be taken out. So he's got to do it smart.
How much pressure is there on Team Joshua? Because as much as Robert Garcia is a great trainer who's had multiple world champions, he's only had one camp. Now, as a fighter trainer, relationships are really firstly built outside of the ring. So how tough is that going to be for trainer and fighter to adapt to each other under the spotlights?
Well, I'm sure that's going to be really hard. I mean, just having a few months together is not enough to change somebody. But I hope that Joshua and Garcia has come together. They're probably in a good space, hopefully, and maybe Joshua gained some confidence from that, because I think these are things that we're talking about that he has inside of him. He just has to bring it out. Then I don't think he has to change himself. Just bring out what he's good at, and use his strength and power, and be smart with it.
Obviously, with Usyk, we know the situation in his country. We know that he was supported by his native country to go out and represent the country. His manager has spoken about we are representing the whole of Ukraine. We are putting Ukraine on the map. We want the whole world to hear the anthem of Ukraine on Saturday night. They're up for it, not just for themselves, but they're up for it also for their country. Does that make Usyk even more dangerous?
Well, I think it's hard to tell, but I'm sure he has a lot of motivation. But also you got to remember, he's been in the war. I don't know how much he fought, but he was there. He's experienced it. His family is going through it. His friends and relatives are there. So his people are his people are dying, and they're getting bombarded. So that's got to be really hard. I think it's probably a big motivator, but also it's got to be really hard for him. Who knows? Maybe he hasn't been sleeping at night, in training camp and that. So it's probably a lot of pressure on him, and I hope it doesn't affect him. It's terrible what's going on over there.
Absolutely. Otto, what happens? How does this fight end? Talk to me.
Well, I think it's really hard to go against Usyk, just by what happened in the first fight. So I'm gonna say Usyk, and I think it would be a decision. I'm hoping to see Josh a little bit more confident and see if they can bring that out of him. But I think it's gonna be a really interesting fight. But I'm going with Usyk.
Ring Magazine belt is on the line as well. It's a prestigious belt that a lot of fighters would love to have. I know it's not always on the line in title fights when it's vacant, but another motivator for both fighters to capture another belt.
Yeah, of course, everybody wants that belt. It's kind of the belt that if you have that one, you're the best. So
no, absolutely. Otto, a man you fought has retired again. Tyson Fury has a title. I've lost count how many times he's retired, but he has officially retired on his, I think, 34th birthday. He put a long message out. It seemed like the most genuine one out of all retirements. Is he done? Is he gone?
No way. I don't think he's done at all. I mean, he's going back and forth. One day he's retired. The next time, he's gonna fight Chisora. He has a new trainer, Isaac Glow, and then the next day he's retired. So I think he's just waiting for this fight to happen, see how these guys look, and he's for sure gonna fight again, whether it be exhibitions or he might take a couple exhibitions and then come back, fight the winner of Josh Usyk. But I mean, he hasn't vacated his belt yet. So until he does that, I don't believe him.
Well, obviously he's told the WBC of his intention to retire now. The WBC have said that he's got until the 26th of August. After that, they will take the belt off him. So will that be a clear sign on the 27th? If he doesn't have the belt, Fury's done in the professional game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, then he's probably gonna do exhibitions and fight maybe Ngannou and some other guy, and then I'm sure he's gonna. I mean, I really think that he's gonna fight the winner of Josh Usyk. I think he'll come back and do that. But I mean, let's say Usyk wins and they look fantastic, then maybe not. But unless I think he's gonna come back for sure. Some exhibitions and then fight the winner of these guys.
Announced a couple of weeks ago, Joyce-Parker and Joyce, another great heavyweight fight taking place in the UK here in Manchester. What are your thoughts? How does that fight play out?
I think it's a great fight. It's hard to pick somebody. It's hard to pick a winner there, but I said in another interview that, you know, I think maybe Parker would take it, but I think it's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be very tough. You know, it's a 50-50 fight, but if I have to pick somebody, I pick Parker.
No, absolutely. So Otto, I know you said there was no news, but ideally, when do you want to get about in before the year ends?
Yeah, of course. I've been told if we can't lock anything in, I'm gonna fight before the end of October. You know, just get a fight, stay busy. So that's hopefully you get something bigger than that, though.
No, absolutely. And we look forward to the news. Otto, I appreciate you jumping on for a quick 10 minutes to give me some of your time. And yeah, we'll look out for some news for yourself. And yeah, let's enjoy the 5 week build up to Usyk Joshua this week.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Otto Wallin, IFL TV. Thank you very much.
That industry against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more
There's
times.
5 blokes outside my front door. Can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.